So, welcome, and let's all just find maybe a morning stretch or two before we commit to sitting. So, I know from my own body, after lying in bed for 7 or so hours, my body, when I first wake up, feels a little bit like a origami shape, all kind of folded and wrinkled and stiff in places, sharp creases. And so being able to just scan the body right now and notice where in the body are we asking for liberation, that places that have been compressed want to be stretched out, places that have been tight want to be opened. So just listening to your body, finding a couple morning stretches. And when you are ready to commit to relative stillness, just notice who's here, taking everybody in and closing your eyes or turning your gaze downward with still an awareness of who's here in the room today, and sensing that we are practicing among company, among friends, like-minded souls. And as you arrive in your seat, whether you're sitting or you're lying down or something else, feel what is making contact with the supports beneath you, whether it be the floor or a piece of furniture. Feel that contact. And notice if any parts of your body are resisting support, are tensing away from that support of the ground, the furniture, whatever it may be. And can you allow on your next exhalation to soften the body and yield to the gravitational pull of the earth down into that support more deeply? Let the body feel that support in a very concrete way. And let the mind take in the support of the Sangha, of all of us gathered here to practice together in community. As support shows up in lots of different forms. And so today's practice, the theme is about support, about receiving and giving, as well as inquiring within, how do we know if we need support? And if we do, what kind of support? Notice that the body's breathing, feeling the next inhalation, sensing how the body opens up and says yes to this incoming breath, this life-giving breath. And notice how the body releases the breath. Once the body has utilized this breath and taken from it all that it needs, then it has this intelligence to let that breath go, knowing that to hold it in does not serve. Sensing the breath filling up the lungs and then the exhalation emptying out, pouring out the breath. On the next exhalation, just as an experiment, see if you can hold the breath out of the body for just a beat or two. Notice what that feels like. And when you're ready, go ahead and inhale. And notice how the intelligence of the body lets us know what it needs, that we can feel the body tensing up, giving us the signal through sensations that it's time to breathe in. It's time to receive the breath. And on the next inhalation, just for an experiment, as you get to the top of the breath, can you hold it in for another beat, extra beat or two, or three, or as long as you'd like? And we can feel the body tone giving us those signals that it's time to let go of the breath. And you might even just try that a couple more times, holding for a couple of beats at the top of the inhale, sensing the signals the body gives us that it needs the support of letting go. And likewise, at the bottom of the exhalation, you can hold the breath for a couple of beats if you choose, bringing awareness to the sensations within the body that let us know that it needs the support of that next inhalation. Inviting the breath to be fluid, to feel the ease of the breath, the natural intelligence within is breathing us, is breathing the body. And we can set our intention for today's practice for today, an intention that serves us all day long. And with the intention, for example, if our intention is to be present to what is arising now in the moment, we might also add on to that intention that when we deviate from it, what does that look like so that we can bring ourselves back on board, back to the present moment? So we might, in this example, notice when the mind starts to drift and travel to other places, past and future, into thinking. In the moment we're aware to simply call ourselves back right here, right now. This is the practice to fulfill that intention. If our intention is to open the heart to what is, or touch into peace, we might ask, well, what does it look like when we are experiencing that? And does it look like when we deviate from the intention? We might feel our heart clamping down on some strong emotions. Might notice that our peace is disrupted by judging thoughts, something else. And we can come right back to the intention of opening our heart, perhaps with compassion to ourselves, to the parts of us that feel those intense emotions. Or to bring compassion to the parts of us that we're no longer experiencing peacefulness. And then calling ourselves back into the state of being with peace or an open heart. And once we have our intention set, let's practice with the breath for several rounds of breath, several breath cycles, strengthening our intention. Notice what you're aware of in this moment, noticing without judgment, returning home to the breath. And one of the practices that the Buddha has taught us is this body awareness. When we scan the body, we bring more steadiness to the mind since we are inviting a focus on one part of the body at a time. And as we move through the body, we might notice different experiences, temperature changes. We might notice tension in some body parts and spaciousness in others. We might notice heavy compression or weight. And other parts of the body, we might notice a lightness and ease. Some parts of the body may feel unpleasant, such as pain or an ache. And other parts of the body might feel very pleasant, warm and spacious, tingling perhaps, vibrating. And yet other parts may feel completely neutral, no sensation at all in our awareness. And just like the scanner in the grocery store, when we put our box of granola on the conveyor belt, it gets scanned. And the barcode on the granola has a lot of information that the scanner picks up. It knows what the ingredients are. It knows the packaging, where it was manufactured, and by whom. And of course, the price and other information. And then there goes our bottle of balsamic vinegar, shampoo. And as it gets scanned, all of those details are registered in the scanner, displayed on the screen. And then there's the package of our tortilla chips, the jar of pickles, the apple, the head of lettuce. And each item is unique. All the information contained within is very specific to that product. And so we'll practice body scan. Our awareness becomes the scanner. It's just simply picking up information within the body. Again, temperature, movement, pressure, weight, volume, energy, and the varying degrees of all those elements. Just like the scanner at the grocery store, it knows exactly how much sodium is in that granola, how much fat, how much protein, how much sugar. Our awareness can pick up with greater and greater awareness as we practice each and every time, more information. And when we check out at the grocery store, we have an exchange of money in return for the goods that we're purchasing. And likewise, within our own bodies, there is an exchange of information. We take it in, and then we might ask, is support needed? If so, what kind of support? And support could be as concrete as putting a pillow behind the lumbar spine. It could be relaxing the heels down on the floor. It could be as simple as allowing the tension to dissipate by relaxing the mind that may be judging. And as we scan the body, there's an awareness of what is happening in the mind. If the belly is clenching, are there worrisome thoughts traveling through the mind? If we notice a lot of heat around the face, clenching around the jaw, might there be some irritation, some form of anger, impatience? And then we can ask, is there even more support needed? And so let us begin our body scan, awareness of sensations, allowing them to come and go. And scanners don't dwell and savor the ingredients. They scan and they move on to the next. And unlike all the packaged goods that we purchase, they are hermetically sealed. And thus, the contents remain the same, remain relatively stable. Unlike our physical bodies, we are not hermetically sealed, and there is change, fluctuations in our own barcodes that are changing breath to breath, moment to moment, which is why we don't just scan the body one time and then think we know it all, but that we can do it every day, a few times a day, just very briefly, dropping in, sensing the body, the mind, the heart, what is happening now. We'll start with the physical body, the feet, noticing these elements of sensations that may or may not be within the feet, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, the ankles, lower legs, calves and shins, knees, upper legs. What information do we get from the quadriceps, the top of the legs, the backs of the legs, along the sides, inner, outer? The pelvis, sensing the bony structure, the organs within the bowl of that structure, the buttocks, noticing any judgment about anything that we're scanning. The scanner at the grocery store completely scans without judgment. No opinions, no beliefs, no editorializing. This is good, this is bad. And so, likewise, can we bring that same neutral quality so that we pick up on the accuracy of what's here without comment from the mind? Belly, and chest, low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Wrists, hands, and fingers. What is the scanner picking up? Neck, throat, head, and face. Bringing awareness as we scan the wholeness of the body, all the parts together as one whole. What does the scanner pick up? What is the information it collects about the whole body? And then we can ask the question, is support needed to this body? And if so, what support? As I scan my body, I notice dryness in my mouth and a sense of thirst, which tells me that my body's needing hydration. And we can bring awareness as we scan the heart, the energetic heart, the heart of love and connection, compassion, the heart of forgiveness. And what are we noticing within our own hearts in this moment? Noticing the fluctuations of emotions, and what support might be needed. And scanning the mind, the state of mind. Is it busy, distractible, ruminating, planning, spacing out, lethargic, spacious, or something else? Scanning without judgment. And so let us sit with several more breath cycles in relative stillness and relative quiet, scanning with awareness what is arising now in this moment. And ending our time, our practice with metta, loving kindness. You might bring a hand to the center of the chest, over the heart region, and saying these phrases to ourselves and feeling the meaning of these words, sensing how they resonate in the body, mind, heart. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe from harm. May I abide in the heart of loving kindness. May I be free of suffering. May I be at peace. And offering ourselves any other personal metta. And offering metta to all beings everywhere, all those we know, all those we don't know. May all beings everywhere be healthy and strong. May all beings everywhere be safe from harm. May all beings abide in the heart of loving kindness. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be at peace. And offering any other metta, blessing, or prayer to all beings everywhere on this planet Earth. And bringing our hands together at our heart center in Anjali Mudra prayer, bowing our heads to our own hearts, body, minds, with deep gratitude, bowing to the earth that has been cultivated by those ancient peoples who came long before us, and bowing to each other in this Sangha. Namaste.
Namaste.